I reached Goatman's bridge just before midnight. At first, it didn't even look frightening. Just an old iron bridge hidden deep in the Texas woods, surrounded by trees and silence. But the silence felt wrong immediately. Not peaceful, not empty. The kind of silence that makes you feel like something is standing nearby, listening. I parked my truck near the dirt trail leading to the bridge and stepped out with my flashlight. The air smelled damp, almost rotten, like wet wood left untouched for years. And even though it was Texas in summer, the temperature near the bridge felt cold, unnaturally cold. I remember looking at the bridge for the first time and feeling this strange pressure in my chest, like my body already knew I shouldn't cross it. People online always joked about Goatman's Bridge. They treated it like another internet ghost story. But standing there in person, I realized nobody who visited this place ever sounded relaxed when they talked about it. Everyone sounded uncomfortable, nervous, like they had seen something they couldn't fully explain. I started walking toward the bridge slowly. Every step echoed against the old wooden planks. The trees around me barely moved. No insects, no wind, just the sound of my boots and the creaking bridge. Then I noticed something strange hanging from the iron beams above me. At first I thought it was rope, but when I pointed my flashlight higher, I realized they were animal remains, old bones, small skulls tied with string and rusted wire. Some looked fresh. That immediately made my stomach tighten. I looked around expecting to see someone hiding nearby. Nobody. Just darkness between the trees, and then I heard the first sound, a low growl, not loud, but deep, close enough that I felt it in my chest more than I heard it. I froze instantly. The sound came again, longer this time, and somewhere beneath that growl, I could hear breathing, heavy, slow, like something large was standing under the bridge, watching me. I should have left right then, but instead, I stepped farther onto the bridge, and halfway across, I noticed fresh hoof prints in the wood. Not horse tracks, not deer tracks. These were bigger, deeper, almost burned into the planks, and beside them, bare human footprints, like two different things that walked side by side across the bridge. That's when something underneath me slammed against the wood. Boom. The entire bridge shook violently, and from below, something screamed. Not human, not animal, something in between. The scream from beneath the bridge didn't sound natural. It echoed through the wood and iron like something in pain or angry that I was there. I stumbled backward immediately, nearly slipping between the old planks. Then everything went silent again, completely silent. Even my breathing sounded too loud. I pointed my flashlight over the side of the bridge toward the creek below. At first I saw nothing except darkness and shallow water reflecting the moonlight. Then the beam moved slightly and caught some movement under the bridge, something tall, standing unnaturally still between the support beams. I froze. The figure slowly tilted its head upward toward me, and that's when I saw the eyes. Bright, reflective, animal eyes, but too high off the ground, way too high. My chest tightened instantly. The thing beneath the bridge took one slow step forward. The sound it made wasn't hoof against dirt. It sounded heavier, wet, like rotten meat dragging across wood. I backed away from the edge of the bridge as fast as I could, but then I heard another sound behind me. Footsteps, slow footsteps walking across the bridge toward me. I spun around, expecting another person. Nobody. but the footsteps kept coming. Creak, creak, creak. The wooden with each invisible step, like something heavy was walking toward me that I couldn't see. That's when the growling started again, this time from both sides of the bridge, below me and behind me. I realized something horrifying then. Whatever was under the bridge wasn't alone. I started moving toward the exit fast, trying not to panic. But halfway there, my flashlight flickered violently, and for one split second, I saw something standing directly in front of me, tall, covered in dark, matted fur, long twisted horns curling backward from its skull. Its body looked almost human, but bent wrong, like its bones didn't fit properly inside its skin. And its face? God. Its face looked like a goat stretched over something human. The flashlight died completely. Darkness swallowed the bridge. Then I heard breathing directly beside me, hot, heavy, right against my ear, and a deep voice whispered one sentence: "You crossed the bridge." I ran instantly. The entire bridge exploded with movement around me. Hoofbeats slammed against wood from every direction. Something crashed along the railings beside me. I could hear multiple growls now, some beneath the bridge, some on it. I finally saw my truck through the trees ahead and sprinted toward it. But before I reached the end of the bridge, something grabbed the back of my jacket hard enough to nearly pull me off my feet. The moment something grabbed my jacket, pure panic took over. I screamed and twisted violently, trying to break free. For one horrifying second, I felt claws digging through the fabric into my shoulder. Not hands, not human fingers, claws, sharp and curved. I swung my flashlight backward blindly and hit something solid. A deep animal snarl exploded behind me. The grip loosened and I ran. I didn't look back. I could hear hoofbeats pounding across the bridge behind me at impossible speed. Boom, boom, boom. The entire bridge shook with every step. Branches whipped across my face as I sprinted toward the truck. I finally reached the driver's door, yanked it open, and threw myself inside. The second I slammed the door shut, something hit the side of the truck hard enough to rock the entire vehicle. The metal groaned loudly. I locked the doors immediately with shaking hands and tried starting the engine. Nothing. Just clicking. My stomach dropped. Outside, something moved slowly around the truck. I could hear hooves crunching against gravel, then silence. I looked toward the passenger window and saw a shape standing beside the truck, tall, massive. Its head nearly reached the roof. The moonlight hit its face just enough for me to see the horns, long, twisted horns, and glowing eyes staring directly into mine. The thing slowly leaned closer to the glass. Its breath fogged the window instantly, and then I saw it smile, not an animal expression, a human smile. That terrified me more than anything else because it understood fear. The creature lifted one claw slowly and dragged it down the side of the truck. Screech. Metal peeled beneath its nails. Then the voice came again, low, deep, almost calm. "You weren't supposed to come here." The engine suddenly roared to life by itself. At the exact same moment, every sound outside stopped. The creature didn't move. It just stood there staring at me, smiling, like it already knew something I didn't. I slammed the truck into reverse and sped down the dirt road as fast as I could. But even after leaving the forest, I kept seeing movement in the rearview mirror. Tall shapes running between the trees beside the road, keeping pace with the truck. Impossible speed. I didn't stop driving until sunrise, and when daylight finally hit the truck, I saw something carved deep into the metal of the passenger door, three massive claw marks, and beneath them, a single burnt symbol, something that looked almost like a hoof print, but wrong, distorted, like no animal on earth could have made it. I sold the truck 3 weeks later, but sometimes late at night, I still hear hoofbeats outside my house, slow, heavy, circling, and every time I hear them, I remember the final thing I saw before leaving Goatman's Bridge. Not the creature, not the horns, its smile, because it looked exactly like something waiting for me to come back.